Alrighty, welcome on in everyone. How you doing? It's great to see you. Welcome on in for another episode of Pineapple Jam. Today, you may have noticed Hannah's had a bit of a haircut and is looking mighty fine. No, of course, you all know, I'm sure you all know Tom, our good friend from Nerds of the West. They are a board game channel. They do a whole load of stuff, and they're an absolute delight. I will get them a shout out in a second. But what are we doing? What are we doing today? We are look.
We're talking board games.
We're talking board games. Oh, that's dope.
My brother got me that for Christmas.
Very cool. What are you drinking there? What do you got?
Watermelon soju.
Watermelon soju. That's tasty. I've got myself a bottle of water because I'm a plain ass bitch.
Yeah, but this has a few finger guns on it.
That's pretty cool. That's very cool. Calf, welcome on in. Moron, how you doing, buddy? Inky, coming in hot and heavy. It's good to see you all trimmed down in the house. Wow, what a delight to see you all. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you guys, all right? I had no plan for today. I was on my way home. Hannah messaged me saying she wasn't feeling too well. I was like, no problem, I got to back up. And then I panicked, saw Tom and Lucky sitting in their Discord. I was like, hey guys, what you doing tonight? You want to talk board games on the podcast? I've got no plans. and that was about half an hour ago. So here we are. It's got we're talking about board games. You mentioned a genre of board game that I didn't know was a genre, but I love that type of games.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that once it's explained, you're like, oh yeah, I've played a lot of that.
Yeah. Also, if anyone's hearing another voice back in behind Tom, that is the lovely Beck. She's currently streaming on the Nerds of the West channel. What you playing? What you playing tonight? Before we get into it.
Assassin's Creed.
Ooh, I've actually not played any Assassin's Creed game. Is that
Beck could be very disappointed.
I'm disappointed in me. Why is my chat's not working? Alright, I'll just ignore that one. This one looks like it's working.
Yeah, it's definitely the glasses. I've told it to be autofocus, but it's just decided it doesn't.
You're very blurry all of a sudden.
Oh no, I just changed that. I'm like, where's the sweet spot? There we go. That's much.
You have no idea what Tom's saying. Let me increase his audio.
I'm doing my best, okay? I have to have push to talk on, otherwise you hear Beck all the time.
All the time. So glad I had some glasses on. Can't get a bit. Tom's on max right now, guys. Let me see if I can.
That's a bit weird. Am I like turned down? I'll check my audio settings. That's always a good idea.
I think that's good. Very, very quiet.
Very strange. Like, look, I can turn myself up. I got fancy audio stuff to like really, really pump it. But
can I get a confirmation? Can I get someone else to check as well? Just in the audio, Calf?
Hello.
Because you are very loud in my ear.
Hello.
Maybe his input is down? His is very loud on my end. I don't know how to. Let me put that there.
You haven't just got like Discord turned down or something, but then I'm coming through loud. Audio settings are hard.
It's coming out of my stream mix on the go. It's low.
Hello, Moron. Hello, Trem. Hello, Calf.
As I said, like
very different. I'll stream. All right. Well,
very strange.
I'll drop me a bunch. That's better. Where we're at? Okay.
Hope it's better.
Hope it's better.
I'm doing my best.
It's like I've played these games.
For me anyway. Well, I hope that's for everyone. Okay. So. Can actually hear Beck more than Tom. Yeah, Beck is a bit louder than Tom. I think he's got a very sensitive mic.
So the problem is I have to try and I like when I'm doing stuff be quieter than what Beck's doing, but then it's not working out this time because we're both doing things. Normally I'm a very loud person, as Felix can attest to, especially on trains at 12 a.m.
Yeah, there's a story there.
Oh, we went to the beer festival, the Frog Town.
Just on the weekend. Weekend
on the
pass.
weekend.
Oh,
That was
nice.
good, and we ended up on the same train heading home together. And I can't even remember how it kicked off, but we started singing songs, and within a couple of minutes, we had the entire train singing "Sweet Caroline" and Bohemian Rhapsody.
That's
and,
amazing.
Like full on, like packed train.
I am envious. That's amazing. Like you see that on like social media and stuff, and like it looks like all planned events. That's awesome.
No, this was just Felix and I had way too much beer,
I'm
and
not-
it just kept happening.
I imagine no one got this on camera for me to enjoy.
High School Musical moment.
Okay. It was a High School Music. I like that. I really like that. Okay, get back on track. What we were talking about we're planning on talking about board games.
I need to talk about board games. We'll just see what happens, though.
Exactly. So, as I said, literally about half an hour prep. So I've got ourselves the best board games to find a new favorite in 2000. I got a top board games list. So I was thinking we go through it, see what you've played, because I haven't played. I'm very much a noob at tabletop stuff. All right, noob. Can I use the word noob?
It's understandable.
Like
There's a lot out there.
I'm not very well versed.
The top game on Board Game Geek right now, I don't even know what that is.
Okay, well, I think these are like very traditional stuff. They're not all new stuff. All right,
It's a good place to start.
So let's have a look. We're gonna take us on to this scene. Here we go. We're gonna start ourselves up with Pandemic.
Great game. Suffers a little bit depending on who you play it with. That's not the game's fault.
That's not the game's fault. I think this was the first like board game I ever played where it was more of a PVE style experience.
Yeah, the second you introduce people to cooperative games and like their brain just turns an entirely different way, they're locked in.
I think that was that was a really cool experience. I think I hold a little bit of maybe disdain's a bit harsh, but I didn't really. I found Pandemic a bit weird, but I think it's because I played with friends who were playing midway through a legacy Pandemic game, and I was like, "What is happening?"
Pandemic's problem is it is just a puzzle, and that means it's a puzzle that can be solved. There's nothing ever changing about it. There's no randomness and no luck. Like there is game to game, but not within the game, which means if one person's good at the game and they know how to win, then yeah. Hi, I'm on Pad's podcast.
Hi, back.
Yeah, that's why I wanted Soju.
Can you kick him off? I'm in the middle of streaming right now.
Look, I did not expect. I didn't realize Beck was streaming when we agreed to this.
Oh, no, it's totally fair.
It's fine. Okay.
In that kind of week.
What's this?
Yeah, Pandemic has. Oh, there's my Discord thing up on my face apparently.
Okay. Whoops.
Pandemic's problem is something that's kind of known within board game stuff as quarterbacking. One person knows what the right thing to do is, and so they just say what the right thing to do is, and no one else gets to
experience it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There are games that fix that issue, but Pandemic is still good.
Next up, we got Betrayal of House on the Hill.
Garbage game, objectively bad. Oh my god, I love playing it. Like that game has the worst written rulebook.
Yeah.
Like there are so many problems with it, but just as an experience of sitting down and exploring the house and then like seeing what happens, it's hard to beat.
Okay, I can appreciate that.
I really want to hook up with a designer or a publisher at one point, or because I think that's either Avalon Hill or one of the other big ones now, and do a Westworld version of it where you explore the park and find the things, and that's the storyline you then go down and like do it because they've done Betrayal at House on the Hill, then they've done a D&D version of it. Yes, we've played with the expansion, which some of them are super cool. And then there is a Scooby-Doo kids version of it, which I really want to check out because that's just amazing.
I like that. Look, I don't know anything about the game, but just the fact that there's a Scooby-Doo version of Betrayal, or like with the artwork that I'm seeing right now, I think it's that's very interesting.
It's interesting that these two games there are both then legacy versions of as well, and apparently Betrayal Legacy is very good.
Okay, I like that. Villainous.
Villainous, I haven't played, but I really want to. Billy's got it. It's on the list because I'm currently in the process of writing a video about the designer because they do a really good job of introducing more complicated board game concepts to a new audience. So taking deck building and then cooperative deck building and applying it within a Disney world to sell it to people. So
that's
they're
pretty
very
interesting.
smart business people.
I like that.
And they just make good games.
Another deck building game. Have you played Smash Up?
One, Smash Up's not a deck building game. Two, Smash Up is terrible.
Really?
But if you like it, it's fine.
I haven't played much. Is it not a what defines a deck building game?
A deck building game is you start with a certain combination, normally stuff that gets you money and stuff that deals damage. That's like the most basic, or whatever the other win condition is. And then you use that stuff that gives you money to buy other cards to do better things and faster things and more interesting ways. Smash Up is just you take two different decks and put them together.
Okay.
That's it.
That was it.
Articulate. We're not going to talk about Articulate. Are we going to talk about Articulate?
So, Articulate's an interesting one. Not because I think Articulate's a particularly good game. I've played a lot of Articulate, and you put me and Callum on a team, and it's unbeatable. We played Poetry for Neanderthals the other day, which is Articulate, but you're only allowed to use one-syllable words.
Oh.
Changes it entirely.
Like one syllable words for describing as well as.
Yep. So it's like you have to describe the word rabbit being like small, fluff, run, fast, lots.
Quick little deep.
I love that.
And your team, it's so much fun. And if you break the rules at any point, either doing gesticulations or saying multi-syllable words, the person next to you hits you over the head with a bat.
Smart. That's genius. I'm getting ideas. For those who don't know, I'm kind of in the middle of like fleshing out my game show series. So I'm like trying to come up with rounds for our like streamer versus streamer.
Very good one.
So that is a great idea. Like we can work with something like that.
Articulate would be a good drinking game, Spambra, if it had easier categories. There is some stuff in there that is so hard that like if you get on that, you can just get stuck there. It's like famous people from the 1300s, and you're just like, it's rough.
Let's talk Gloomhaven. Have you played Gloomhaven?
Oh, I want to so badly. I feel like I should have at this point.
This is the current game I'm playing with my group of friends. We're not playing Gloomhaven. We're playing the prequel. So I think it's Gloomhaven. Correct. Yeah. So we're very early on. We've been playing like a couple scenarios every week. But I'm really enjoying it. It's like a simplified D&D.
It's D&D in a box, which is so hard to do, and they finally got it right.
It is so good. And I've nothing but positive. So far at least, we're only like 5 scenarios in, but it's so well articulated.
It's for those who don't know it. It's a legacy, like it's a campaign game. There is an entire campaign there, and at some point you can finish your character. Your character meets their goal, and then depending on what else has gone on, you literally will open a box that has up until now been locked, and there's a whole new character for you to play in there. There is so much going on. There's a digital version of it that I think is most likely going to be the way that I end up playing it.
Digital, like, is it out yet? Digital.
I believe so. Let me do a quick Steam search.
On Steam? Let's have a look.
See my camera go dark as Steam opens on my computer screen.
I actually want to have a look at this as well.
36 Australian dollars.
That's not bad, dude.
Yeah, you definitely want to buy it with like multiple people, and I wish they'd sell it in like a 4-pack. But like
I'll chuck that on my wish list.
I think it's still technically early access, but like,
all right,
it's good. It's gonna be the base game. It's gonna be at least the base game. Yeah.
So yeah, the Gloomhaven, super keen to check it out. We keep talking about doing a legacy game on the channel, but the problem with legacy games is people who are going to watch it have played it before and have seen it all and it might not be interesting, or they don't want spoilers and are therefore not going to watch it. So there's a couple of games we're looking at that can fit around that while still being legacy. So
interesting. I think. I mean, we'll talk about it again, but we talked in length about Catan last time we had the podcast. It is.
Tell them about my opinions on Catan.
Like it? You think it's a bad game for entry-level people?
Catan is a bad game. It's a fun game. Like, if you enjoy Catan, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
But objectively, Catan is pick 4 numbers. Whoever rolls them 15 times first wins.
Oh.
That's the whole game. Expansions make it better. Okay. Expansions do make it a better game.
But I think it is also just about everyone's first game that it delves into.
Oh, it was mine.
Yeah,
it was mine. There are so many better games out there. What's great about it is teaching people new games at all, whether they be board games, video games, anything. If they're not familiar with any part of it, it can be really hard to teach them. So you take Catan, which is roll dice and see what happens, which everyone knows because of Monopoly, introduces you to more like area control and hand management and different strategies. It's good in that regard, but it's not a good game.
Sorry, apparently my audio was echoey. I think I've fixed that.
Well done.
But I think that should have fixed that though. We've heard it all before. Catan, I love some Catan. I do think I need to play it with some expansions now. Played it so many times.
For sure. We are still trying to figure out the best way to do Catan with all expansions. We've got ideas, we've got rule books, we have all the expansions sitting there. I managed to pick up, someone was selling them all off at once, and even though I already own one of them and someone else already owns it, I was like, no, let's just buy it as the nerds, have it there. Like, yeah, it'll be fun.
I like it. What do we have next? We're coming to the Blockbuster Party game.
All right, so this one's a bit different because I haven't played this one, but I'm fairly sure this is from a company that I like a lot.
What can I see who makes it?
I'm fairly sure it's Big Potato Games.
Oh, I've heard of them.
Yes, it is. Published by Big Potato. So Blockbuster, if my understanding is correct, is just word guessing with movie titles, which I'm all for.
Ooh.
But it's just charades, but with movie titles, which is cool. But yeah, Big Potato makes some amazing party games. Like, you see their logo on it, you're like, I know we're gonna have a good time with this.
This is a very weird list of games, by the way.
Oh, nothing wrong with that.
Up next, number 8. I think there's only 2 more after this. Root. Heard of it before?
I want to like Root. I really do. Root is a really fun game to learn, but Root is not a good or well-balanced game, which is not necessarily a problem because it can be balanced, and depending on who you're playing with, it can be a really good time. It's just that it's trying to be a strategy and war game with more going on, but it doesn't have the intricacies of those. So Root is you and everyone else is playing a different faction, so everyone has different powers and different ways of playing the game. Like, one person is a sequence game. You go, I have to do this, then this, then this, and this, and if you don't do that, you have to restart your whole game, basically.
Okay.
There's someone else who's basically playing a little Euro game where they're like making resources and making little camps and people. Someone else who is it's just a single person running around the forest completing quests, and while everyone is scoring victory points in different ways and fighting each other in different ways. Hey, Cinta.
Hey, Cinta, welcome on in.
So Root is interesting, and it's a lot of fun to learn, and there are a lot of great expansions for it, but I struggle to recommend it.
Okay, can appreciate that. That looks the art style looks very old.
The art style's cool. Also, one with a really great digital implementation.
Ooh.
So really fun to just jump in digitally and try different things.
I'm rarely about the digital versions of games. Have you played Talisman?
I feel like I have it, but haven't played it.
because we learned about Talisman, like my group of friends, we found Talisman
Yeah.
as a digital game, and it is so much fun. But we spend so many hours on it. Well, I think
Yep.
we really want to do like a big collective, like a big group stream for it again. But it's like, when can we find like 5 hours to play?
I feel like Talisman's one of those that's a really hit and miss within the board game industry. Like some people love it and other people won't touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, I think a lot of us in my community, we hold a bit of nostalgia for it as well, because like one of
100%.
the early games we played, like just out of high school, and we used to jump on a Discord all together, and yeah, it was like I think one game we spent 12 hours. Because we had everybody essentially had to reset their character like twice. It was insane.
Amazing. I mean, that just sounds like so much fun.
Thoroughly enjoyed. Really want to do it again, but such a time sink. Got Jaipa. You know those? I don't recognize any of these games.
Not a problem. Jaipa is an absolutely fantastic 2-player game. Like, if you're looking for just you and someone else to sit down and play stuff, it's just set collection. You're just collecting a bunch of different like resources and camels, and somehow whoever ends up with the most camels ends up with extra points. Like that's the whole game. But it's a really fun back and forth, and just very, very pretty game.
Oh, and very quick. Nice little 2-player game. That's cool.
Yeah, they re-released it last year, maybe 2019. I can't quite remember. So yeah, like it's all been redone up again, which is great.
Oh, very good. I think this looks like the. Oh my god, how many are there?
Too many.
There's a lot. Okay,
that's all right. We'll smash through it.
Yeah, we'll smash through it.
Great drinking game.
Oh,
so much fun. Like you just go, all right, I have that symbol on my card, and then you slap your card down. Except the symbols are all like different sizes and in different places, so your eyes are just constantly moving. Really fun when you're drunk, but like also really hard.
That would be a nice game that I can bring to like a community of like catch-ups and stuff.
100%.
Okay.
Anyone can play
let's chuck that. Let's chuck that on.
It's 15 minutes, but it's like 5 if people are halfway decent.
Ticket to Ride. I've got a
absolute classic.
I've got a love-hate relationship with Ticket to
Ride. Oh yeah, Becky's literally streaming on the Nerds channel right
now. Cinta wasn't around when I got the news that Hannah couldn't join us tonight. Cinta, I rushed to Tom and Loki when I saw them in Discord. I was like, I need a surprise guest guest host. You in? It was like, when we're going live, 20 minutes.
Ticket to Ride. Everyone should play Ticket to Ride. There are so many different versions. I especially love the small versions of it. There's now Ticket to Ride New York, London, and Amsterdam, which take everything that's great about Ticket to Ride and cram it into 15 minutes.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, we had no idea what we were doing when we played this.
No, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Jaws. Remember what I was saying about that company that's really good at making hard board game concepts easy for other people to pick up?
Yeah.
Jaws. Fortunately, I think Spambra was the one who lent it to us to play. Jaws takes hidden movement, which is such a hard thing to wrap your head around, and makes it so easy to pick up. So one person plays the shark, and everyone else is the humans trying to track down the shark. So the shark moves in secret and writes their notes down on the thing where they're moving. The great thing about Jaws is that you can't lose in the first round. So you can spend all that time playing and figuring out that mindset of like, because you're playing around the other people at the end of the day. You're like, they're not going to think I'm moving here, so I'm going to move here. And then like using your abilities to trick them at the right time. It's only when you get to the next round, which is what you can see at the moment, where it's direct combat between you, the shark, trying to eat them, and the people trying to kill. And instead of hidden movement, it's you've got 3 different places that you can show up at, or 4 different places, and then they have to guess which one you're going to show up at.
Legendary ships.
So much fun. Cool. Like, it's not a game that you'll play a lot, but it is so much fun.
Okay. Back to the Future.
The die. Okay. I think if my brain serves me correct, because I haven't played this, but it's once again the same people doing the same thing. So they take a concept that other board games have already done well and put it on an IP. So it'll sell that way, but it means that instead of like you get like shitty ass Doctor Who board games, it's like these are actually decent board games. They really are just copying another game and adjusting it to fit Jaws or Back to the Future. So I haven't played it, but I hear it's good.
One Night Werewolf, cannot go wrong. Great game.
Way too much for that. Like, oh my god, we play so much. I'm literally supposed to be editing that tonight.
You've done another. How often do you guys do One Night Werewolf?
All right, so we film about 6 to 8 episodes in a row, and up until recently, we've been releasing them every 2 weeks. So that's like
I said, I'm not
like 3 or 4 months in between filming.
Not bad.
We'll just smash it out in one day. Expansions are great, but not necessary. You can definitely play a good game.
Expansions for Werewolf?
Oh, so many. There's Daybreak. Daybreak I would highly recommend. Comes with a lot of great upgrades for the Wolf team. Then there's the bonus roles, and bonus roles is great because you get different roles for the 3 different versions. So there's One Night Werewolf, One Night Vampire, and One Night Alien, and One Night Superhero. So it's all like slightly different twists on the same idea.
I like it. We'll keep on going. Mysterium. Heard of it?
Dude, everyone needs to play as the ghost in Mysterium at one point in their life. There is nothing like it.
I really love how passionate you are about every single game on this list.
Dude,
I was like,
so many there.
Every time I'm like, do you recognize this one? Do you know what it was like? You gotta play this shit.
Mysterium is there's a place, a person, and a murder weapon that you need to tell a specific person, and everyone at the table has a different one to guess. Except you communicate through dreams, and they're all these like really weird, wild, wacky, all over the place cards. So you might be trying to tell them about like the old grandma with her knitting needles, except on that card will also be like various other things related to grandma. So you might then be like, all right, so she's got some candy there, let's give them this card with candy. And they'll be like, it's a red card, it must be the person with the red hair. And you're like, but you can't say anything because you're a ghost and you're dead and you can't talk. Another one that they've made a quicker, smaller version of that I had the pleasure of playing with people I didn't know. So trying to communicate ideas to people you're not familiar with, just next level fun.
All right, we've got to put that on the list as well. The Captain is Dead.
One I've heard a lot about but haven't had a chance to play, unfortunately.
This looks kind of trippy.
Yeah, it's. I don't know if there's hidden agenda aspects to it.
It looks like we're halfway through.
I've heard a lot about it, and I think they re-released a version of it.
Okay, want to keep our eyes on Codenames.
Yeah, Codenames, fantastic. Everyone should play it. You're connecting words to other words. It's like it's Pictionary, but from a different angle.
So good.
Not Pictionary. Articulate.
I found a online version. I really want to get on there and play together with some people.
Yeah, there was one that I had as well. That was a lot of fun. Codenames is great, and all different picture versions of Codenames now. So you can buy Disney Codenames and Simpsons Codenames.
Oh, that's cool.
And we really want to play Simpsons Codenames because I'm not familiar with the Simpsons like at all. So me being the person giving the clues, it's going to be so much fun.
Okay, I like that. Let's go Scythe. I've heard a lot of things about Scythe.
So Scythe's an interesting one because it presents itself as a combat game, and there is combat involved in it, but it's more like a Cold War combat where combat might happen, but you don't necessarily want it to happen. I'm looking at the dream cuts here. No, Scythe is a lot of fun, and it's one that I definitely recommend people play, but it is hard to wrap your head around.
It's pretty trippy. It's pretty cool. Scythe Digital Edition. Worth?
Yeah, solid. I enjoy it. It's a great way to like pick it up and learn. If you get with a group who is good at Scythe, like you can be taking your turns while other people are taking their turns, and it just speeds the game up so much.
Nice. Because Humble Bundle did a board game pack for a while.
Have we played the expansions for Scythe? No, I really want to. There's one with airships, and I'm all about airships.
The hell is this? I didn't. Anyway, I don't.
What did you click on?
I must have clicked the wrong thing. That's all right. Next up, Fallout.
I really want to like Fallout. I really do. I've only ever had good games with Fallout, which means that you can have good games with Fallout, but it's a game that isn't good out of the box. It's like a story-based game like Fallout, where you're going around exploring the wasteland. All the tiles are hidden, all the like quests are hidden. You don't know where you're going to go, but it's competitive. And they fix it now so it can be cooperative and you're all working towards the same goal. But it being competitive means that if you get to somewhere before someone else, even though they've been chasing that quest, they get to get the stuff for it. And it just doesn't quite work. The system is really interesting. And you get like the whole special thing and you get your skills and you roll dice for combat. Like it's fun. But
I remember that.
yeah, it has problems.
Okay. Interesting. Cosmic Encounter.
Oh, this game is wild. So this game was originally released in 1977. Let me see if my memory is correct on that. Yeah, originally released in 1977.
Oh, wow.
It is like wacky, crazy board game to the T because everyone is playing with a different power. Everyone, like, you're working together, but you're not, and you got to like invade planets, and it's all randomized.
It looks like Yu-Gi-Oh.
Kind of in the terms of power creep. Yeah, Cosmic Encounter is a whole lot of fun. No, so do we. So the reason I know that Cosmic Encounter was released in 1977 is because they released a 2-player version of it. Now, anyone who's played Cosmic Encounter might be confused as to how that might work, and I won't go into the details. Point is, they make it work. It is so much fun. You get all the craziness of Cosmic Encounter, but just face to face. And then when we talked about it on the channel, we were like, God, what year was it? And that's stuck in there forever.
And that's it. That was number 20.
That's a decent list of games.
Decent list game.
A lot of those, as you can see, are the like re-implementations or like familiar IPs to make things sell a bit better. But like, if you picked up any of those games, you're gonna have a good time.
I like it. And little I can't find a segue. But you were mentioning hidden agenda games. I was trying.
Yeah, people love hidden agenda. Like Among Us is a hidden agenda board game, and everyone's just clued into that stuff now. It's so much fun.
I really wanted to find a tier list of hidden agenda board games.
What you need is the Board Game Geek ranking lists that show you exactly how high certain games are placed, not necessarily according to Beck's having a good time. Just deduction and hidden agenda games, but all board games.
So I couldn't find that. So what? So what I did instead was, here is an arbitrary list of board games that we can rank.
Nice, let's do it.
All right, it's very arbitrary. I don't know what some of these are going to be, but there's some interesting ones in there. That's a very weird mix, but it's got your secret Hitler in here. Got your there's multiple code names, so
they're all good, all fantastic.
All fantastic. Let's start it from the top with a classic of Coup.
All right, Cou's a tough one. Yeah, just straight into A.
Sorry, I just.
Don't get me wrong. I don't disagree with you.
I think Coup is like a solid game. It's the only game I lost when I came on the only game I was confident in doing well in. So only game I got destroyed in. But yeah, Coup's a lot of fun. Is it?
Coup is a classic, and Coup is one of those games that I think will hold up to the test of like time. As other games come out, just the balance of Coup with the basic cards that are in there, how quick it is. Like, if you're out of Coup, you're only out for like 5-10 minutes. So, can only recommend.
Oh dear, I can't make out. What's this?
Sushi Go. So
Sushi-
Sushi Go is a. Have you played it?
I think I played it digitally.
It's decent. I'd give that a solid B tier. There are better. So it's a card drafting game rather than deck building. So you've got the hand of cards.
Mm-hmm.
You pick one, pass them over to you or the person on your left, and then you're right in the next round. And you get points based on what you draft. And it's a really easy introduction to that system before other games get way too complicated. It gets a little stale because there are strategies that are better, and if you and someone else go for the good strategies, then you both lose. Like that's all it offers. But it is solidly fun and a great intro game.
I have played digitally. I quite enjoyed Sushi Go. Up next, we have what looks like hearts. Oh, is that? Oh, is that?
One of the other.
Leave me alone, crocodile.
I can't even tell what that is.
Let's ignore it. Let's just.
Let's ignore it. There are decent card games out there, but I wouldn't say if that's Hearts, it's one of them.
I like hearts.
Unless it's Yuka. Yuka is great,
What?
but that's all.
Okay, I'm not gonna ask what Yuka is because.
That would take a long time to explain.
Yeah. Let's. Next up, we got a game that says Sheriff. Do you know what this is?
Sheriff of Nottingham is a bluffing game. You and one person each round takes on the role of the sheriff, and everyone else brings goods into Nottingham. And it's up to the sheriff to decide whose bags to open to check for contraband. And it's up to you to decide if you want to sneak contraband past the sheriff or just play totally legit. They released a second edition of it, which is decent and includes one of the expansions. But Sheriff is... Sheriff's one of those games that's really fun to play, but it can struggle if people don't get the cards they need or if they always get checked. Like it's one of those games where if you fall into the hole where you always get checked or you never get checked, like you can never... It's all about the people you're playing with more than anything else. I'd give it a solid C rating, but for some people it's like S tier.
Really?
Like it's totally in person.
I'll go with your judgment. I'm not gonna really know a lot of these, but that's fine. Blockers.
No idea.
So the trick here.
All right. We'll go with unplayed. The Daybreak. You were mentioning Daybreak's a really good DLC.
Yeah, so it's an expansion for Werewolf. I personally love Werewolf. I'd put Werewolf in S tier. It's just so customizable to be anything that you want it to be. And Daybreak adds like the Alpha Wolf who can turn someone else into a werewolf, the Mystic Wolf who gets to like look at one person's card, and the stuff we just filmed for the first time with the Dream Wolf. Dream Wolf is a werewolf who doesn't know who the other werewolves are, or even if there are other werewolves, because it doesn't wake up with the werewolves. It makes the whole game just that much harder.
Okay, well, that's a lot of information to unpack. More on suggesting blockers for A or B.
I'll look into it.
Look at it.
Yeah, I'll keep it on play because neither of us have played it, but
So bad.
getting a reasonable rating from more. Beans.
No, I got no clue.
Never. I feel like I've seen this before, but I've no idea. Next up, we've got the Bucket of Doom.
Bucket of Doom. So that's by Big Potato Games.
Yeah.
Bucket of Doom is a small enough twist on the Cards Against Humanity style, use a card to answer a card kind of deal. It's fun, it's funny, it uses your brain a little bit more. At the end of the day, it is still connecting the dots, and this is the problem with all these games and why I'll never accept them for people who send them to us. You're connecting the tiniest of threads between two ideas. Like that's not a game. If your entire game is sold on the fact that your cards have a funny text on them, then your game's not good. So if you enjoy Cards Against Humanity, it's totally fine. But
I low-key cannot stand.
No, after 2 games, you've seen everything it has to offer, and you never want to play it again. This game adds a little bit more, but it's still just the same kind of idea.
Something.
I wouldn't put it in D tier. Like it's C tier. It's not absolutely terrible.
It can be bottom of C.
Yeah, it depends if like D tier is like I'll never touch this, or D tier is just like
we're gonna say D is like absolutely no chance in hell.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Hanabi.
Hanabi is an interesting one and is famous around the board game community because of the time someone asked how it works because they were playing it as a competitive game when it's a cooperative game. So Hanabi is you've got a bunch of tiles or cards in front of you, but you can't see them. So you have to place your tiles in the right order in front of you just based off the information that other people are allowed to tell you. So it's a really interesting puzzle, but it is a game that after you've played it a couple of times, it's over. So I'd give it a solid B tier.
Solid B.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna put it below Sushi Go because Sushi Go
100%.
sounds a lot more fun than that. We got Red 7 next.
That sounds familiar.
So we'll give it a look. Have a little look-see at Red 7.
Highest card wins, but red is just one of 7 games. What? What? All right, that sounds weird. I want to check it out. It's what I thought it was.
There you go. That can go into unplayed. But yeah, maybe there you go. You got something out of here. Got an interesting game to look up.
It looks cool.
Next up, this one looks like Carcassonne.
I'm thinking that's Carcassonne.
I want to give that that's a solid A for me.
Carcassonne is so great. It's a game that everyone should play. It's so easy to pick up. Carcassonne is better. The rules say you draw your tile at the start of your turn. Screw that. Draw your tile at the end of your turn, so you've got the entire round to think about where to place it.
Okay.
But tons of expansions. Like, if you just want to change the game up in any way, there's also one that turns it into a dexterity game with a trebuchet that you actually use to like fling things, which is apparently god awful and no one should ever play it. And I really want it.
That sounds hilarious. I'd be so down. I'd be so down.
Only problem with Carcassonne is if you add too many expansions, the game's way too long. But also expansions are so fun, so it's hard to find the ones that work together.
Fair. I've only really played vanilla Carcassonne, but I love it, and I've played it so many times.
Yeah. It's apparently great as a 2-player game, but I've never played it as a 2-player game.
I've never played it as a 2-player either.
Lanterns.
Is this Lanterns?
Lanterns. Lanterns is a just super simple tile laying game. There's also expansion to it. Once again, expansions make things great. Lanterns is a solid B tier. Like, I'm not going to pull it out all the time. I'd put it above Hanabi, only by just. But like, it's not. It doesn't reinvent the wheel. It doesn't bring anything crazy to the table. It's just like, hey, this tile has 4 sides. Line them up so you get points. It's fun. It's pretty. Cool. I like it.
If anyone is watching intrigued by our list and you'd like to make your own, here is the link. And show us at the end. Chuck it in the Discord. All right. We're up to...
Let us know why we're wrong.
Exactly. I can't recognize this one. Is this Magic the Gathering?
I think that's just Magic the Gathering. I was trying to figure out if it was like a specific. Look, I love Magic, but Magic has problems.
I think Magic is very intimidating.
That's why Commander is so good.
What is Commander?
So Commander is a form of Magic where its official name is Elder Dragons of the Highlands, because Highlander and there can only be one. And you're only allowed one of each card in your deck. So you're building either on like a theme or on like a certain like style of combo, and then just kind of hoping for the best. And you play it with 4 players. So also you have one Commander card, and all your cards have to be the same colors as that card. So you're very like restricted in that regard, and it's really fun, really casual, and nowadays there are like $30 Commander decks that you can pick up that are so much fun. Anyway, Magic I'd put at solid A tier. There's a reason Magic has hung around for all its problems, and for all the business side of stuff that they're doing weird at the moment that I don't agree with. Magic as a game is something that nothing else can really match.
I got nothing to comment on there. Not played it, but I do have played my fair share of Blackjack.
I love Blackjack. I know I shouldn't. Right? Like, it's just so fun. Like,
that's annoying, but
look, you can fight me if you want, but that's going A tier.
No, I'll let you have your one.
it's. I've made too much money on blackjack to not put it on S tier. Okay. All right.
The thing about those kind of card games is, look, admittedly, they're the ones that have stuck around because the house can fix them and win money.
Yeah.
But also, they're the ones that have stuck around long enough because, like, it's survivorship bias. They're the fun ones. People still play them.
We got Catan.
Catan's a C tier for me, but you can put it where you want.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm gonna put it at the top of C. I've got too much.
It is cool. It's cool. I do probably prefer Catan to Sheriff personally, so that's fine.
Oh, yeah, okay, we'll leave it there. Something dungeon.
Oh god, I can't even quite read what that is supposed to be.
Can't quite see. If anyone recognizes it, let us know. Next up is Gloomhaven. I'm having so much fun with Gloomhaven.
Yeah, my problem is unfortunately I haven't played it.
I'll put. I think I'll put it at like mid to bottom A.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Like, but this is coming from I've got much more limited board game.
Yeah.
But I'm like thoroughly enjoying that. Spyfall.
Spyfall's great, but you don't need to buy the board game to play it, which puts it in a really hard spot for me. You can download the Spyfall app, like free, I think, and have the exact same experience. It is a fun little game. Have you played it?
I think I have. I'm pretty sure I have.
Everyone bar one person gets a location, like medieval battle camp. And then you have to ask everyone else questions, except obviously one person doesn't know what the location is. They are the spy in Spyfall. And they have to figure out what the place that you're at is before everyone else figures out who they are. At any point, people can stop and be like, I want to vote for this person. And if they're right, that person loses. But they get one guess. I think they get one guess. Or at any point, they can stop and guess
where we are.
Guess where they are. Yeah. I can't remember if they get a guess at the end or not. But the point is, guess where you are. Don't give away too much information. It's fun, but probably like bottom of B tier.
Bottom of B tier.
There are better party games out there, but it's decent.
I was gonna say that's just slightly less fun code names.
Kinda. In terms of like connecting dots together, it's just a lot more like you can target specific people, which is fun. Be like, I'm fairly sure you don't know where we are, so let's ask a really weird question.
Okay. And speaking of code names, we're up to code names.
S tier.
S tier. Yeah,
I don't even mind where you put it. Like, it's just, I will always play code names if given the opportunity.
That's good to know. Look, there's a couple more code names here as well, I think. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, so you've got pictures, and then there's a not safe for work version of code names. That other one is not code names, but that's that one.
This one isn't.
That's Fog of Love.
But these two are.
Yeah, like all S tier to me. They're all the same game. They're just different words and different pictures.
Fair.
If you haven't played the pictures version, it is cool.
This is once again Mysterium.
Mysterium solid A tier. Like it's once you've played it a couple of times, if you don't have cards to refresh the game, it becomes a bit samey. But everyone should play as the Ghost in Mysterium at least once in their life. Just the struggle of your friends having no idea what you mean. There is nothing like it.
I'm gonna have to add it to the list.
Mysterium Park is the smaller, faster version of it.
Gotcha. Up next we got chess.
How do you feel about chess?
I like a good game of chess. I'm no good. I'm absolutely no good at all.
I'm the same. Let me check my rating currently.
I have no.
I play on chess.com and I am garbage tier. Like, I think my rating is like 300 or something at the moment. I like chess, but I am so bad at it.
I feel very similarly. Very similarly.
Which is weird because I'd probably put chess at solid like B tier. Like, it's the problem is there are other 2-player games that I like better. And I appreciate chess for what it is, but would not play it all that often.
I completely agree. I think I've a few friends and I, whenever we catch up, they have a chessboard and we've just been like drunkenly playing chess, and it's pretty
That's what's great about chess.
pretty
is so
delightful.
everyone knows how to play it. So even
Yeah.
if you're bad at it, you can still hang out and play it.
Exactly. Exploding Kittens is
It's just a different version of Uno, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But
No.
look, I disagree with you, but I'll let you put it there. I'd put it at bottom of B tier personally.
bottom of B tier.
Yeah,
Let's go midway.
split the diff.
I don't really care, but I think it's a B tier. I I did not recognize this space.
I cannot recognize that. Space, is it Space Team or?
It looks like Space Team.
No,
Let me Google that. See if I played it.
Okay. While you're Googling that, I will see if there's another one I know. Mahjong, do you feel strongly about Mahjong?
I've never played Mahjong.
Me neither. I've always, I feel like it has a very strong, like, cultural and, like, historical, and, like, there's a lot of, like, you can learn a lot by knowing how to play Mahjong.
Yeah. Same as Go. Like, it's a whole...
Yeah.
I really want to learn how to play Go, but that game is next level. So Space Team is a real-time party game.
Real-time party.
So you're all yelling at each other to try and fix the ship. I don't think anyone is a bad guy, so it's just cooperative. Like, it sounds cool. There is like an app that sounds very similar. I can't remember if that was called Space Team or something else.
Okay.
But
Crabs and
like, it looks fun. And real time is something to drop on people when they least expect it. But I've never played Unstable Unicorns, so I'm happy to
exactly the same as Exploding Kittens.
Okay, cool. Which is a shame. They've then come out with so many other amazing games.
Yeah. Oh wait, is Unstable Unicorns that much different?
Is it not the same people?
It is definitely the same people.
No,
but is it not the same people? Because it's a very similar game. It's very same, like, stylized as well. So I just assume they're exactly the same.
No, it's not.
Oh.
What I can read here is it's by the same people who do Here to Slay and Llamas Unleashed, while Exploding Kittens is the guys from the Oatmeal,
right.
who've then done, I think, Bears vs. Babies is also them, and then the one I was talking about with hitting people with the bats with one syllable is also them.
That bat one is one I really want to play. I think that's
It's fun. It's solidly fun.
Let's bring Uno. I've already touched it. We're doing Uno. How do you feel about Uno?
I like Uno, but as a longer game, which I know sounds weird.
What do you mean as a longer game?
So the way that I will only play Uno now, rather than like seven cards, one person gets lucky, everyone else gets nailed. You start with a hand of 7 cards. When you get rid of that hand of 7 cards, you start with a hand of 6 cards, and you go down like that. So it becomes like, yeah, you can win straight away with it, and everyone's targeting you because you're further ahead, and it turns it into like a hour long hanging out party drinking game. It also means your final card's always interesting because we always play it blind.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to hope that your final card will work.
Baby bell.
Yeah.
Feel strongly about putting in middle of beer.
Uno is solid for a reason. You were like, hey, Uno or Exploding Kittens? I'll be like, nah, I'm down for either. Like, let's just hang out and have a fun time.
Yeah, I agree. I think personally I would have put it a bit lower, but because it's very overplayed. But
probably bottom of B is probably fair.
And in rarely speaking, that pretty much is the bottom of B.
Fair enough.
Next up, I can't read this. Can you?
I think that's Flux. I'm not sure. If it's
Uh-huh.
Flux, it's D tier, but if it's not Flux, then I want to put it.
It's raid and something.
I might have to do it.
No, I got nothing.
One.
Keika.
Yeah. Kakalaki Poker or Cockroach Poker.
Cockroach Poker. Okay.
I want to put it in S tier, but it's probably more like A tier.
All right. If we put it in A, you got to tell me what it is. I've never heard of it before.
So Cockroach Poker is, you have a hand of cards, and there's 8 different suits of cards, and you pass a card to someone, and you say,
Oh, that's
it's a bat.
Do it.
And then they have to decide, whether or not they tell you no or yes, true or false, and then flip it over. And if it's correct, if their guess was correct, if it was a bat and they said yes, they send it back to you. And if it was false, they keep it in front of them. Or they can look at it and then pass it along to someone else and say any other suit that they like. They could say it's a bat, or they could say this guy's lying, it's a cockroach. The way it works is there's no winner. There's just one loser.
One loser.
Whoever ends up with 4 of a kind in front of them first loses. So you're always like passing stuff around, saying it's a thing that someone may or may not want, and it is bluffing constantly. Even if you're not playing, just whether or not you believe the person who's currently saying what a card is. Influences what's going on in the game. Like you start like looking at people in the eyes and you're just losing your shit with laughter as you're like, I have no idea if this person's telling the truth or not. Billy's the worst for it because Billy is just like true, false, but and he fucking nails it every time. He's just like,
I don't trust Billy at all.
No, you shouldn't.
Never. I've learned my lesson. I've been burnt. I've been Billy burnt. Okay? Let me tell you. Don't trust him with an inch of my life.
What a bad kid. The point is, Cockroach Poker sounds a bit weird to explain. Once you start
I'm
playing,
down. I'm down for a game. That sounds delightful. That sounds really fun.
So much fun.
Whew, all right. We're making a dent. Making a dent. Oh, yeah. 100%. I could not agree more. Do not want. If I never play a game of Cards Against Humanity ever again, I'm a happy man.
I'm totally fine. Like,
you know, I don't even have anything else to say about that. King of Tokyo.
King of Tokyo is so fun. Another great intro game because it's just roll dice and hope for the best, but then with a little bit more going on. Have you played it?
I think I've played it once a very, very long time ago.
So yeah, you take on a kaiju-esque, giant robot-esque monster, and you fight everyone else for dominance over Tokyo, and you fight to deal damage to them. You get points if you're in the middle.
I think I may have. Let me just check. I think I have a photo. Tell me if it's the same game. Where is my old Instagram account? All the way to the bottom.
Kath, you assume I was never playing with morals to begin with. It's the only way to play that game.
It's just the same goddamn thing. Quick scroll. Doesn't look like I. No, I don't see it. I'm not gonna. I don't. Okay. I think I played it.
You get your monsters, you power up your monsters. The expansion, which is I think called the power up expansion, makes it even better. And then there's a re-release of it with like new monsters and like an official Godzilla monster and like an Egyptian god. And then I think you can still use the old ones, which are like Halloween themed. Like it's a dumb fun game. You can play it up to 6 players. I'd probably put it like solid B tier. Solid B. Yeah, like it's nothing amazing, but like in terms of like teaching people a new game that's just about rolling dice, it's super easy.
Good. Cool. Quartz. Something Quartz.
I really want to like Quartz. The problem is there's better push your luck games out there.
Okay.
Also, you can't find it anymore. Like that game had one printing and then it just disappeared. I'd probably put it at bottom of B tier. Like it's fun. You reach your hand into a bag, you pull out a gem. You hope it's not the bad colored gem. It's fun. It's just there's better push your luck games out there.
I'm getting a bit of hate for Cards Against, but Cinta, you can fucking fight us, Cinta.
you can bring it. Like it's bad. It's a bad game.
This looks like an iconic box, but I can't picture what it is.
I'm trying to tell if that's Wavelength or something else.
Dummerisms?
No, okay, I haven't played that.
Dummadims? No. Mansion of Madness?
Also haven't played that. My brother loves it, but yeah, haven't had a chance to check it out myself.
Cool. We can smash through some of these. I think we're going to have a few more unnamed ones. Kingdoms?
King Domino. King Domino, fantastic 2-player game. I'd probably personally put that like high B tier. But like it's one of those, if it clicks for you, it really clicks, and people absolutely love it.
Cool. Next up,
Century Spice Road. I love them just for there's like 3 of them, and they all have like box art that like matches into each other. And I own one of them, but I haven't had a chance to play it, unfortunately.
Okay, so we'll put it on play it. Cool. Drinkstone. Stupid.
To go current in order to do it.
No, I got nothing.
Just another one of the Cards Against kind of
Got
games.
Yeah, I'd have to imagine so.
I'm not a big fan of it, but I'll put it at the bottom of C because it's more interesting than Cards Against, but it's still pretty trash. I'm not a big fan of it. I think it's it's like a party game, and you choose who's done the thing.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Not yeah.
Punderdome. Okay. Yes, I haven't played it.
Well, what's that?
The game with the weird
Punderdome.
It's called Punderdome. And I think it's a game all about making puns, which if that's your thing, that's fine.
Sounds pretty cool.
But I haven't played it. So.
I love a good pun, but I'm really like it doesn't always click in my head. Like
no, it's fair.
Cranium.
I loved Cranium when I was younger. I have no idea where I'd rate it now.
Well, it's kind of not really like the rest of them. Let's put it.
Yeah, I think C makes sense. Like it's not a bad game, but it's
just not something we'd play.
It's just old, and they haven't. Yeah, I probably wouldn't play it again.
We've already put code names up there. We'll just put that in unplayed.
Just code names all together. I think that's Dice Throne.
Oh wait, what was that? Oh, this is Dice Throne. Dice Forge. Dice Forge.
Dice Forge. Sorry, different game. Yeah, Dice Forge is fun.
Cool.
You have dice with replaceable faces, and it's like card drafting, but instead of card drafting, you're drafting the bits for your dice to then roll to try and roll them. There's a couple of other games that have done that same thing. There's a game called Cubitos, which just came out that I'm really keen for. It's that, but then push your luck as well. And I'm like, I'm all about that. Look, I'd put Dice Throne at a solid B tier. Like it's not amazing, but it's fun. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Dice Forge, not Dice Throne.
Dice Forged. Sea of Clouds. Let's go. Let's get some quick tier placements now.
That's Betrayal at Baldur's Gate, the one on the left.
Oh, this is Baldur's Gate.
It's Betrayal at House on the Hill, but D&D. If I'm being honest, B tier, but my heart says A tier.
Let's put it. There you go. There you go. You can have bottom of A. Sea of Clouds.
I'm not familiar with it, unfortunately.
Not familiar. El Dorado.
Oh, I've only played it once, but so much fun. You draft a deck, you move across the board, you adventure El Dorado. I'd say top of B tier, bottom of A tier, but that's only because I've only played it once. I want to play it again, just haven't had a chance to.
Let's go after. Wait, where did we put Carcassonne? No, we'll put it above. We'll put it above there.
Yeah, cool.
Queen. Something.
It's King Domino, but slightly different.
Queen Domino. Okay. Fake Artist.
Fake Artist Goes to New York is so fun. It's the same as Spyfall, but instead of asking questions, you're drawing. So each person adds one line to the drawing. Like, so good. The best thing about it is you can go and buy it, and I highly recommend you check out the company that makes them. They make all these like little box games, and they're great. You can just play that yourself. If you get everyone with a different colored pen and a piece of paper, you're ready to play that game.
Okay. I like it. That's my kind of game.
It's so fun.
Azul.
Azul, S tier.
S tier.
Love Azul. Great as a 2-player game. Great as a 4-player game. It's one of those ones that just everyone should play.
All right, get yourself on some Azul. What the fuck is
Fog of Love?
Fog of Love.
Fog of Love is really hard to rank because to have a good time with Fog of Love, you have to roleplay. Like, if you're not ready to like become that character and make decisions as that character, that game isn't good. However, it is a game that I think everyone should play once.
All right, we'll put that in mid A tier then.
Did you ever watch the video we made of Fog of Love?
I don't think I watched it. No.
So the way the game works is it's a rom-com. You and the other character are the people in the rom-com,
Oh.
and you literally play out scenes of the rom-com. Like, hey, we're going to dinner with your parents. How do we react? And then you both have to make your decision in secret and then reveal. And so we basically played the game and then went and filmed the scenes and overdubbed it, so all like our talking matched. So it's me and Lachlan in a rom-com together.
That is fantastic. Can we get a link?
The video died. Like, no one has ever watched that video, but we had so much fun making it.
Can we get a link to that?
Yeah, it's just on the YouTube channel. Let me find it for you.
Yeah, let's check that in chat, and we'll watch that just before we finish. Watch a bit of it.
It was literally just us playing like doing film school shit, but as a it was so. I had to put it in 2 parts because it was like almost an hour and a half long and took way too long to edit.
I really want to see that. Oh, goddamn.
Yeah, I put the link in chat, but I'll chuck it in Discord as well.
Yeah, chuck it in Discord because my link perms still don't work. I'm saying I'm going to fix it, but that was a year ago. You know how it be. That's all good. Sin, if you can chuck it, find it in the Discord and chuck it on there, that'll be awesome. Then we'll watch that a little bit of it at the end of the stream. Next up, we have Visitor.
Visitor, one that I'm familiar with but haven't played, unfortunately.
Cool. Treasure Island. Treasure Island?
Once again, also not familiar with.
Familiar.
Dominion.
Dominion.
Dominion is the original deck building game, and I think Dominion is still great. I just personally prefer other deck building games. For me, would be like high B tier, but for others, it's A tier.
Portable.
We'll put a high A tier. What's high B tier? This little rabbit-looking game.
The Mind. So the Mind is really cool, and I can I'll just explain it to you. There are 100 cards. You and everyone else at the table has to put the cards out in the right order. So from 0 to 100, without talking or communicating in any way, shape, or form. You just have to figure out a way that you can all play cards without playing a card higher than anyone else has in their hand. It is just a weird experience. I want to rank it highly because it's so fun to play the first few times, but after a while you figure it out. And it's a great game to introduce to people who haven't played it before, but that doesn't mean it's a good game.
Interesting. That sounds something like I would kind of enjoy.
It's super interesting. We just played another one. Yeah, B tier makes sense. We just played another one from them, which is about words, and you and the person next to you get 2 words, and you have to find the word that's between those 2 words. And if you don't find the right word, you then find the word that's between the 2 words that you just said. And just trying to connect with someone else. It's good. Yeah, it's fun. I love it.
Something that looks like Titanic.
No, that is the Betrayal at House on the Hill expansion.
Expansion.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
Wait, have we already done House on the Hill?
But we had Betrayal at Baldur's Gate, which is the same thing, different thing.
Is this another expansion? House of Dangers?
I know that game. I just don't think I've played it. I think Reese has had it sitting there for a while. Gotcha. We haven't had a chance.
Here's the original Cranium.
I don't know how much I could care.
It's fine. We've already done a Cranium. Monopoly. All right. Trash game.
We're back to Assassin's Creed 3 there.
Just absolute trash game.
I'll put. I think it's top of D, bottom of C.
Sure. I think it even if you play it with the proper rules of like putting things up for bidding and no free parking money and like none of that garbage that makes it way too long, it's still just roll dice and hope for the best, and that's not fun.
Yeah.
Personally.
I put it above Cards Against just because it has a bit more nostalgia factor, but yeah,
Fair.
it's still a game that if I never play it again, I'll still be a happy man. We've already done. Oh no, that's what do we got here? Do you recognize this artwork?
I think it's Betrayal Legacy, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, that'll be what it is. Oh, have we already done a betrayal?
Yeah, we did Betrayal at Baldur's Gate and chucked it at the top-ish somewhere.
Telestrations. I love me some telestrations. I love it.
S tier. If anyone's like, we should play Cards Against Humanity, I'm like, no, we should play Telestrations.
I agree.
Like, it is a better game with all of the same humor because you can inject the humor yourself. You can be like, I don't know what this is, so I'm going to write Pope Dick, and then suddenly someone has to draw Pope Dick.
Honestly, I'm putting it at the top of S for me personally.
It's so much fun.
It's
like,
so good.
also, once again, a game that you don't have to buy anything for.
Yeah.
You can just start drawing shit and hope for the best.
Drew coming on in. Thank you so much for the sub, man. Appreciate you. Welcome on in. Welcome
Hi, Drew. How you doing?
to the Pineapple Council for a whole nother month. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Next up, we have...
Oh, is that Flick 'em Up?
Yes.
I love Flick 'em Up. So Flick 'em Up's a hard one to rank because it's a dexterity game. You literally have other people. So it's normally the normal Flick 'em Up is
You get comfortable in your chair.
like Western themed. So you've got different cowboys, and you literally have to flick the little things to try and knock over other people's pieces. It is so much just dumb fun. I have the Flick 'em Up Dead of Winter, so it's you versus a bunch of zombies. You put the zombies on a tower, and then they all like pile out, and that's where they all get set up. So much dumb fun. Some people hate it because you're like, I can't flick properly. I'm like, no, give me a
I like
bat so I
dumb
can
fun.
you get like a sniper rifle with like a thing you can. It's great. I've been trying to figure out a way that we can stream it to have like a back of the view camera so you can see where we're. Anyway.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it.
I love it. Other people don't. For me, it's A tier because like
A tier.
there's nothing else like it. There are other dexterity games, but Flick 'em Up is where it's at for me.
Moore says the problem with humor in telestrations is that people aren't funny.
You're just playing with the wrong people.
I think that can be a factor, but the rounds are so short, it doesn't matter. And everybody at the table gets a turn of drawing, so there's gonna be something funny eventually.
Nerds of the West crew, so I'm not sure if you've met me, but I have the worst handwriting ever. So one, trying to guess what I've written, and then two, trying to guess what I've drawn, just with the game spiral. And it's like, oh, that's what you're drawing? That makes total sense. Except we're all drunk and have a great time.
Fantastic. Anytime you ask me if I want to make telestrations, the answer is yes.
Yeah, I'm in. Which is what we rank our board games on. That's just Betrayal again. So.
Betrayal again. Secret Hitler, the game that is put this whole episode into place.
Got it.
I personally like Secret Hitler, but I understand why people don't. Personally,
okay.
So cute.
What are your thoughts on it?
Okay, I like it. I think you need a good group to play it because sometimes, sometimes people are very people play with a vendetta outside of the rounds, and I think that that can change the game's enjoyability. But if you're pure, like everyone understands and plays for that round, I think it's good.
Yeah, Secret Hitler is great because it tries to improve on what other hidden agenda games have done before, but also sometimes adds a little bit too much. Personally, I'd put it top of B tier, but if you think it's bottom of A tier, that's also totally understandable.
I think we're gonna go bottom of A because it's a good game.
Yeah, we went back and played The Resistance, which is the same thing but without all the powers. And just the simplicity of it was almost better. When the Secret Hitler first came out, I was like, they're changing things up. It's great. I love it. And now I'm like,
play the OG.
they're just lie to people. That's all that matters. Secret Forbidden Island, but I haven't played it.
Monopoly Deal.
That's a game I've been told I should play for years. Apparently, Monopoly Deal is great. If Lachlan's online, we should pull him in just to be like, yo, what are you? On Monopoly Deal.
Message him and pull his name.
Sleep, unfortunately. Poor guy gets up too early.
Oof, that's fine. I have played Monopoly Deal. Very good game. If you had a choice, if you asked me to play Monopoly Deal or Monopoly, it is Monopoly Deal every single time.
Yeah, I just haven't had the chance to play it, unfortunately.
I do also. Yeah, I think it's a solid B game.
Yeah, fair enough.
Solid B. I'll put it just above Cranium. Why the fuck not? Seven Wonders of the World.
Oh, Wonders, so good. It's classic. I love it. It's Sushi Go, but better.
Sushi Go, but better. All right.
It's the same deal, just with more going on. So wherever Sushi Go is, you just put it in the next tier. Yeah, it's a solid A game. Yeah.
Solid game. There we go. Let's chuck it over there. That's good enough. Last two. Zombies. Something zombies.
Zombies, I know people who love zombies, but haven't played it, unfortunately.
And do you know what this is?
Suro? Oh, Suro.
Okay, yeah. I thought this was going to be Love Letter.
I think Suro is S tier.
Really? Okay, tell me what's in.
So Suro is you are all dragons and you're all flying through the air, and you got 3 tiles with like you almost have to go and Google the images to understand what these tiles are. They've all got little lines leading off of them, and your dragon follows that line, and then you put another tile down, and your dragon follows that line. And the aim of the game is to be the last person standing. So as you put a tile down, someone else can then put a tile down to make your dragon fly off to the end or like crash into someone else's dragon. And it's just dumb, quick fun, but like so interesting in like the spatial reasoning of I have to move the tiles and place it down this way and figure it out. It's so good.
Moron thinks it's Munchkin Zombies.
Munchkin Zombies. If it's Munchkin, it's garbage tier. He's probably right, actually.
Yeah, it has a Munchkin art style.
Yeah, Munchkin is bad.
Don't
get me wrong, Munchkin is fun the first time you play it, but it's the Cards Against Humanity problem. Once you played it a couple of times, every game plays out the same way, and it's just the same thing.
I've only played it a few times, so I'm still enjoying a Munchkin, especially when we get new Munchkin skins, like skin Munchkins. It's still like I think it's good, but I think
I think they can be fun. I just don't think they're good, which is a hard thing to like quantify when it comes to board games. Munchkin old very quick for me.
Yeah, I think I'll split the difference and put it in C just after Catan.
That's fine. You can do that.
All right. This is our list, guys. If you don't agree with it, show us yours. That was that. We've hit my episode target. So thank you for jumping on and filling in a session with me. It was good. I really enjoyed just being able to just like get you to jump on and we could just chill and chat. It wasn't any heavy thinking or heavy discussion, but it was great to hear your perspective on a whole bunch of games. I know you did majority of the talking there, but it was great to see your insight, giving me a few games to look at and consider picking up, which I'm really excited for.
Games getting released all the time, so
we'll do this again in a year, or maybe a few months. Well, I need to get some of the other nerds on, because we've had you on twice now. I know it was.
The problem is that people sleep early now.
Yeah,
how dare they?
That's ridiculous. Yeah, unfortunate, but that's okay.
Normal people. Oops.
Is Beck still streaming?
Beck is still streaming.
Is she going to be on for a bit longer?
I have no idea. That is entirely up to her.
Well, we're gonna send all of you We're gonna send us all over to her.
Do it.
Guys, thank you so much for joining. It's been a pleasure. Once again, thank you for the subs, the follows, all that good stuff. I appreciate you all immensely.
Thank you for joining us.
It has been a pleasure. I'll tell you I'll tell you to follow Tom, but we're gonna raid the channel that you'll usually find him on. So go say good day. Beck's live at the moment. You may have heard it throughout the episode, playing some Assassin's Creed. So yeah, go chill, check a follow if you haven't already. They're good friends of mine. And otherwise we'll see you. When am I next on? I don't even know when I'm next on.
What are you doing? What are you even doing in your life?
Tom, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm trying to get it together, but it's a struggle. You know how it'll be. If I'm not on throughout the week, we'll be here for episode 6. Hopefully with Hannah if she's feeling better. But
fingers crossed.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah, we're bringing a Tom raid to Tom's channel. It's gonna be great. All right, we'll see you on the side. Let's do it. See you soon.
Bye.